guys, so today I want to talk about the movie Gasland. If you're not familiar with the film, it's a documentary by a guy named Josh Fox. And in the documentary, he explores the world of natural gas, and in particular, the process that they go through in order to obtain this natural gas. Now, this process is called hydraulic fracturing. And if you ask me, that's kind of a scary name to start out with, but what it actually is even freakier. So basically what they do is they drill into the earth and pummel it with enough water and chemicals until it breaks open the crust of the earth. If that isn't some sci-fi shit, I don't know what the hell is, okay? And what he finds is that not only is this process extremely destructive of the environment, but it also destroys people's lives. And every incident of the people that he interviews, he finds that they have all had their water contaminated through this process. In some cases, it's as bad as their water being black, like tar. In other cases, their water is a light brown, which is still scary, but, you know, I don't want black gunk coming out of my sink. In the scariest circumstances, though, the people don't even know their water is contaminated. They go along drinking it until a couple months down the road, they get sick and their families get sick and their pets start dying. And the worst part is when they go to the government to talk about this and when they go to the companies to complain, they say, oh, it's not our fault. And even if it is, we're not going to do anything about it. That freaks me out. And the reason they're able to do this is because the government has written into law certain protections for these corporations that say, oh, well, they can do this. They can be exempt of the clean water bill. That freaks me out because to me, my government should be protecting me, not protecting a corporation, not protecting money going to some person who probably doesn't need more. Something that was even crazier and maybe blew me away even more was the amount of resources that went into obtaining this one resource. So one of the things they talk about is that in order for this hydraulic fracturing to work, you need about 700 million gallons of water. And that's not just water they're putting into there, but they're mixing that water with these chemicals, these completely toxic chemicals that when they're done using it for hydraulic fracturing, they can't really use it for anything else. And it's no longer suitable for human consumption. So what do they do with that water? I mean, we dump everything else, so why not this, right? Why don't we just let this evaporate into the air? And that's some of the things that they do. They just put it back out into the system. One of the things that was even crazier is that obviously these resources just don't magically appear at the drill site. So they need 400 trucks in order to transport all the materials needed. Now, I'm no mathematician and I'm not really great with what gas mileage a diesel truck gets, but I can only imagine that the amount of energy, resources, and the amount of emissions put into the earth from getting water from point A to point B in order to destroy that water and destroy the earth in the process kind of blows my mind. And in the process, they are contaminating all of the groundwater that is within that vicinity. One of the things that really struck me was when Josh showed a picture of our country's river system. It is vast. It is encompassing. It's everywhere. And I mean, I guess I should have known. I know that there's rivers around and there's streams around, but I never realized how many. And what he showed was that if just one of these rivers were to get contaminated, it has the potential to contaminate every river in the country. So this isn't just somebody else's problem anymore. This becomes my problem. And as much as I can empathize with somebody not having clean water, I haven't had to deal with it yet. I live in an apartment building. I don't even have the option to lease out my land if I wanted to. But when they start threatening the world that I live in, when I'm no longer able to go up to the mountains and go kayaking, when they potentially take away one of my favorite spots in the earth to drill there, I'm not okay with that. I feel like there's a bigger picture that they don't show in the movie. But part of me doesn't think that getting the complete picture would make it all that much better. I mean, you have to suspect a little bit of bias from a documentary, but I don't know. No matter what, it showed the amount of dependency that we have on this planet. And that at the rate that we're using it, it's not going to be here. Eventually, it's going to be gone, and eventually, we're no longer going to be able to inhabit it.